Now, many Canadians in Gaza are trying to desperately get out. You might remember we spoke with Asia Mathkour last week. She is Canadian-Palestinian living in Gaza with her 2 children. For an update on Asia, I want to bring in her sister-in-law, Mae Latif, who is in the Toronto area. Ms. Latif, I know this is really emotional for you. We'll take it slow. What's the latest?
It's very hard for us to get information. Contact is very little, no electricity. The last we heard was from them around 7. We just got a message that said, we're okay. We know that they had a really rough night. Although they evacuated to the south area, there's still bombing that's being taken place in there and in Rafah, as well as in the borders. So it's very difficult. They're running out of water. They're running out of food. Her son, Salam, is sick. He has a fever. And right now they're at the point of pacing their water intake. So they're sipping water very, sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
Very difficult topic.
I completely understand. Our viewers understand. Take your time. So you heard from her at 7 a.m. this morning. Is that correct?
Yep.
And then at that time, is she waiting with the family, with the kids? I saw that she saw her parents as well to get out at the Rafah border, if that happens?
Well, up until now, we haven't heard any information from the Canadian government, neither has she. No plan, nothing, no word. It's been completely silent. So hope is starting to wane a bit, but we're trying to keep it. You heard Justin Trudeau just finish saying that this is a humanitarian crisis and international law needs to be upheld, yet no word on how he's going to remove Canadian citizens safely from Gaza. Not one single word.
Yeah, we have been watching closely. We know about the plight of Canadian nationals in there as well as other nationals. They have been saying that they're trying to work on it with the UN. Does Asia have hope that she can get out of Gaza with the children? It's almost sort of a joke to hear that. I'm very aggravated hearing that, and I'm sorry, that's not towards you. Saturday, we were given hope that they were going to leave. And only moments before the supposed time of when the border was going to be open, Asia was contacted and told that's not going to happen today. Then we were told that perhaps Monday, yesterday. Again, no word, no contact. Actually was completely silent. Not only is there silence in regards to how are Canadians going to leave Gaza, there's no humanitarian aid coming in. There is no water coming in. There's no medical supply. And I'm sitting with a question that I think many people around the world, I don't doubt that many people around the world are not wondering, why is the water and humanitarian aid being blocked from citizens? Why are the elderly and the children and the sick and the pregnant women not having access to their basic needs? So this is a question that I'm sitting with. One of the things I'm following Asia as well on her Instagram, it said that Asia's husband won't be able to come along. Is that accurate?
Oh, yes. And this is an additional traumatic thing that hits us, but we're trying to focus on at least if some people can come out at this point because we've reached that level. But you can just imagine the trauma of what they've all been through. And then if the borders open and she's able to leave with her children, they'll have to say bye to their father, not knowing if they will see him again. And this is not just her father, this is the majority of her family. So it's a very difficult situation. There's no words to express what's going on and the sheer terror that they're experiencing right now. And the sheer terror we're experiencing, just feeling helpless and not being able to reach them. What people don't understand is that the border, the Rafah border, to exit, to make it to the Egypt areas is a very short walk. So they can almost see the light. They can almost see that if they just cross this short area, they can grab water, they can drink, they can feed their children. And at this moment, they're unable to.
It's completely blocked.
How many times have they had to evacuate now? I know when we had a chance to speak with Asya last week, it had been half a dozen times.
Yep. So that's just, they're at the same amount of times. There's a couple times where they have to leave and go to a neighbor home, walk to a neighbor home, and when it's safe, they go back. The interesting thing is we keep getting, the same reports told that people in the north are safer and that they were asked to evacuate there because there's significant military operation in the north, which the north actually just signifies Gaza City. So that's the majority of the area. These people are on the outskirts. That's what the South really means. And in this area, they're still being bombed. So once night comes down, they're in sheer terror. And so are we. We count down the minutes for, darkness to hit, because they also don't have electricity. So they're sitting in the dark, and their only lights are basically the bombs that are coming down on them. I mean, that's the reality right now. Their skies are full of drones, jet flies everywhere. It's just, there's no safe zone in Gaza. There is no safe area.
When you talk to Asya, when you and your family talk to Asya, what do you tell her?
There's not much to say. We don't have, we talk to her like we have 10 seconds to talk. We don't have a lot of time to speak. So all we just kind of say is like, we're here, we're doing everything we can. That's all we can say right now.
What does she say back to you?
She just cries, tears. I want to see you soon. I'll see you soon. And we say, we'll see you soon too. That's it. I want my kids to be okay. That's our main focus right now. All of them, they've all gathered together just to make sure that the children are okay. So they're all making sacrifices for the children right now.
Mae Latif, thank you for telling us Asya's story.
Can I actually end off, saying one last thing?
Sure.
I just want to say really quickly to Justin Trudeau and Melanie Joly and other Canadian officials that the world is watching your silence. Canadians are slowly dying, stuck in an open-air prison, waiting for you to safely remove them from that space. I also want to say to my fellow Canadians that your voice is very powerful. Don't forget that. Reach out to local MPs, put pressure on them. We need as much support as we can because time is running out. Thank you very much.
Mae Latif, I'm so sorry for what you and your family are going through. Please stay strong.
Thank you.
Thank you kindly.